began our hike at the entrance road 75 of Dolly Sods, right in here, and then on Friday we began moving into the wilderness area along this trail that I'm showing you with the arrow. This is through areas that are largely rolling hills, beautiful meadows, and this is where we saw our mother bear and bear cub. We moved on to the back of the park and we began to ascend up along this ridgeline, and this is basically a precipice and overlooks the Canaan Valley in here. And we walked down the length of the trail to this junction, then turned and came back into the wilderness area and camped right there Friday night. On Saturday morning we got up and backtracked back to the ridgeline and walked along this ridge, stopping several places just to gawk at the view Saturday morning. It was really beautiful. And we came on to these junctions and to about this point began to move back inland into the wilderness area. And this part of the trail was through some real striking forest land, some really beautiful stands of pine and hemlock and spruce. And we paralleled this portion of Red Creek here. And it right about in here there was a really striking waterfall, and you'll see pictures of that in the video. We continued on around and moved along to the base of this mountain that is called Lion's Head, and we took a side trail up to the top and actually ate lunch at Lion's Head, then backtracked and came back down and ran and walked along the edge of the this mountain. This area right in here is the main drainage for Red Creek, and somewhere around in here it started raining, and thunderstorms began to roll up, and we hiked along, but we had planned on coming back moving this way, but because of the thunderstorms we wanted to stay away from the ridgeline and elected to continue up this trail 514 and follow along this path like I'm drawing. This was a trail that offered unexpected views. This was really beautiful late afternoon through meadows, and you could see to the west the ridgeline. It was really beautiful. We got to this point and began to return back towards the campsite, and right around in here was where we were confronted with a really big beaver pond, and we had to bushwhack and found a way around it and came on back around it up to the top, and then came back to camp. Sunday morning we got up, we reversed, came back along this trail, took this trail that I'm showing you north, came back to the original trail we had come in on Friday, and returned back towards the cars. Right here where I'm showing you, that was where the little portion of Red Creek that had been ankle deep Friday was a raging torrent. We had quite a time crossing that. You'll see video of that crossing. And once we did successfully, then we continued. We finished up our trip. We had to kind of ford the drainage in through here, but then we got back to the cars. Beautiful trip. Tremendous change of topography throughout the wilderness, and I think we'd all be happy to go back and repeat this trip again. We're getting started. You can see way down there a red shirt, and just this side of it are three of us, and we've begun our trek down towards the campsite for the night. This will be Friday night's campsite, and the rest of us are kind of gathering on up, and we'll be following.
Something there that they like.
Yep. Man, it's pretty. Look at them all. Right in the center of the frame is our mother bear. She's side to us and she's moving to the left of the screen. A few minutes ago, her cub went over in the woods over there to the left. We're walking in. This is shortly after we passed where we saw the bear back behind us, the mother bear and her cub. And we're walking across these, I don't know what you would call these things. They're not pastures, but they really are pretty. And once you get in amongst them, you can see a long ways. Pretty nice.
Really?
We've cut into a whole bunch of mountain laurel blooming, and really is kind of pretty. Look at it down here.
Whoa! Oh, yeah. What did she do?
Look at it up there.
She took a parking spot that he had saved, and he told some guys they could have.
That was one big trip. Yeah. We're looking into the Canaan Valley here from here. It's a really pretty, great day. See a great long distance from up here today. This is about 9 o'clock, and I'm showing you the cloud with the sunlight radiating off of it. And we're in this this valley, I guess, this little valley, and just down about 150 yards or so is Red Creek's left branch. This is where we are. Back down over there, you can hear the frogs beginning to chirp away. But I came out here to take a picture of that thunderhead up there and the way the sunlight's shining off of it. Hope it comes through on the picture. It's really pretty. This is Friday, 9 o'clock. We're sitting around eating breakfast on Saturday morning.
All the nerds that we had shunned in high school were now really great. Doing really well. Yeah. Anyway, we went out to a bar in DC and they...
We've come up to the first summit after leaving camp Saturday morning, and I just I guess maybe awestruck is probably the right way to put it. We're able to look out into the Canaan Valley again. It's pretty down there. We have found a campsite with lounge chairs built in.
Oh, man.
You know, ladies are trying them out. They don't want to go. We're going to stay here. Trip's over. We've walked down a little bit further down the trail, and then we found this. Isn't that remarkable? Wow. We're on the outcrop that they're calling Lion's Head, Lion's Gate.
Oh, that's not the line right there? The line's right over here. Oh, but you can't see. That's the line right there.
Get an idea. We're way up in the air up here. And that's back up the Red Creek Valley. We'll be walking back up that way after lunch. We're on 509. Probably the last mile or so we go. We're actually going to be going that direction to the campsite once we get to the top up here. It's turning to be a pretty evening. Sun's out. Not bad. Shouldn't be stopping, but it is so pretty. But anyway, that's just where we've just come up that slope, and we've actually been, you know, coming back this direction up to where I'm standing. But it's really beautiful, great day. But we've just noticed these clouds up here, so we're boogieing up the hill. That's all for me. The last little bit of 529, and if you look across, you can see part of our group beginning to make the last turn on 526. That'll lead us up over this hill and down to camp. But at this point, we've hiked around 13 and a half miles. Pretty good day. We're crossing about less than a mile to the camp. We're crossing to get around a beaver pond. So anyway, it's been an interesting trip. A lot of fun. We've been walking up the last maybe half mile, and there's a beaver lodge right there. I don't see any beaver, but that's probably where their home is. But anyway, here we're going, getting on back up this way. Here's another present. We're about a quarter mile from camp. Isn't that beautiful? That is really slick. This is breakfast Sunday morning. We've had really heavy rain last night.
Morning.
Good morning. But we're all kind of putting ourselves back together again. We all survived it just as well. And we're gonna have breakfast and pack up and head on back out to the cars. We're getting ready to go. Heading out. It's about 9:15. This is about 10 o'clock on Sunday morning, and we're still on, I think it's 5:23, I forget, heading over to the trail that led us in. We're passing through lots of views like this. Really makes you want to stop and look. This is the creek that we crossed Friday that was ankle deep. It rained last night. And here comes Stuart.
I'm glad I had my long pants on today. I was like,
Part 2 of Stuart.
I've never seen it. Oh, really? You saw me? Yeah. And they said that down in like further down. Thank you very much.
We all did it. All in one piece and all did it. That was a trail. It's all going down the hill.